Alright everyone, welcome to the semi-final of group stage 12. We are going straight into the series here. Nope, wrong score. There we go. This is the first semi-final for stage 12. We are already finding ourselves on Catalyst. We're in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, representing Psionic Aftermath. Give it up for our orange Terran. It is Tsuneo. And in the top left-hand corner of the map, our purple not Terran, purple Zerg, the other Terran. Give it up for riffraff. Right. Now, Tsuneo is the pretty much undefeated ruler of Group A, only dropping one map in the entire season, just in the group stages. Did quite well there. Riffraff is of course the runner-up of Group B. I can just show you it right here. Since not much is going on in the game anyway. Tsuneo dropping one map to against CRISPR in the first week of the tournament, and Riffraff doing a bit more balanced. 4 wins, 4 maps wins, 4 map losses, but still winning 2-1 in matches. So it's definitely Tsuneo is definitely the favorite to win here. But we shall see. Both of these have been shown to be quite competent. We haven't seen Riffraff in a match against Terran yet. The only non-Protoss in their group was Lady Azilis, who was Protoss. So we saw that. Let's see how the Terran match go. Tsuneo, of course, we saw only pretty much TPCs, because again it was an all Zerg group there, Group A. Yeah, and he's proven to be quite competent again, with 3 match wins so far and no losses. Yeah, so we see the opening we see from him. So in the last week, at least of the tournament, 2 racks into factory, getting their tech lab. Gonna get steam, gonna get a couple of tanks, and then do the old 2 racks push. Riffraff is playing quite not too greedy, but very macro orientated, getting some Zerglings for defense. So far, nothing lost, nothing ventured, nothing gained. But Tsuneo definitely has the better vision on the map. Riffraff might want to get an overload to start seeing what's going on this side of the map. Tsuneo's been active with that Reaper, but yeah, without this overload, Riffraff doesn't have a lot of vision. But seeing these 5 Marines is very telling. The Terran has 5 Marines at this stage of the game. They'll usually be heavily into the bio, and probably have a second barracks. That overload getting denied it again, so they're doing a great job pushing those overloads away. Doesn't want anyone to see what he's up to. And what he's up to is lots and lots of Marines. Lots and lots of man with gun. Steam is halfway done. The tech lab coming up, one of the factories, start to produce tanks. This is very standard Terran timing, aggression. I'm scouting for overloads. Might find some Zerglings. That's a pretty good catch, to be honest. There we go. Yeah, that leaves Riffraff with very little to actually be with on the map. Not a lot of defenses either. Now has to rebuild a lot of stuff. So we see we're going for some roaches. See the roach one go down. Another gas being added. I like the paintings. Paintings are going to be nice. And Tsuneo is already preparing to move. Tanks are going to be a while yet. Though I like that. We didn't see. I don't think we saw Tsuneo do this as of yet. Going for actual just marine drops. Usually waits until the tanks are available. But this timing with the steam, it's going to be really powerful. I mean, it's not the most crispest of timings, but still, riffraff doesn't have much to defend here. It's going to be really powerful. Could and then doesn't even have vision on this. Look at that. That is so scary. Look at that. Bam! 2 medivacs full of marines with steam at the back of your main base. And 13, 14, 16, 17, 18 workers killed. Lots of marines. The paintings come in and the marines go away. Not losing all that many of them. And is it 8 marines dead? So that's half of the force here. Might get sniped then? Oh, get sniped. Very careful. So that's already a really fantastic catch here. I'm gonna get a couple more kills as well, and then back away. Sacrifice some marine for some bailings. So that's a pretty good trade-off. And gets to live with the medivacs, and some reinforcements are already marching out across the map. A Liberator being added as well. Did you get any tanks? Oh, only 1 tank. Okay, so that's not the most powerful, but I like the Liberator addition. It's very useful. Riffraff setting up to try and do some damage on the other side of the map. Tsuneo doesn't have a lot of defenses. This could actually work pretty well. But Wolof is just about now starting. Third base is very vulnerable. But Tsuneo is pushing and Riffraff has to make a decision. Go back or go forward. Riffraff is going forward. Tsuneo does scout that. Alright, so Riffraff is catching some reinforcements. But it looks like Tsuneo will be responding in time, so this shouldn't be too damaging. Oh, bendings in the mineral line. No. Ah, they waste themselves on the marauder. Okay, this is not bad. Okay. Still pretty good damage here. 23 workers dead, and Tsuneo is now facing the problem. Do I go back or do I go forward? And it brings his army back. It looks like Riffraff with a very strong retaliation pretty much evens up the game at this point. Tsuneo still has the much stronger force, but didn't quite get the damage he wanted. I mean, that army could have gotten this hatchery while this was all going on. It was kind of standing there while Tsuneo was panicking, trying to defend here. So that was a good move by Riffraff, I think. That was the right call. When in doubt, attack! Now, thing is, Tsuneo still has the much stronger army, much more useful upgrade at this point in the game. I mean, circling, bailing speed is pretty good, but yeah, between the Liberators, the tanks, it's gonna be rough. Tsuneo could put in some creeps. That would be really helpful. It's really important to do that when you go up against Link Banes. That gives them such a great edge, especially when the Banings have speed. But nice start to step out in the front, but this could be dangerous. It's disconnecting from the tanks and the Liberators, and the Banings come from behind. They might catch him. Oh, that's a great connection. Look at that. That's a lot of Bioforce disappeared. But Riffraff is still scrambling. Ooh, losing another queen. Yeah, now Riffraff is moving into the tanks and the Liberator range. This is rough. You don't want to lose your units there, because Tsuneo is consistently reinforcing, and this is This is a push that's not going to be stopped anytime soon. The spines are nice, but with siege weapons that Tsuneo has, this is gonna be rough. Tsuneo overextending again here. This is a bit dangerous, because Riffraff is making more units. Some more time is being bought. Yeah, everything is surrounded here. He's losing a lot of... Yeah, all the wire was lost. Another tank gets lost as well. Right, riffraff now moving into tank and liberator range. Again, this is a game of throws here. Here a bit. No offense, but this is, you know, it's one of the things that's very difficult to learn. Is when you kind of hold, when not to retaliate. Because after you learn to retaliate and you feel, oh, retaliation is so strong. Then you realize, oh, someone's learned to put siege weapons where the retaliation would come from, and then you know, you need to be careful. And Tsuneo again, fighting away from the tanks and the liberators, but this time there's not much for riffraff to actually counter this. More stuff is being brought, but riffraff is taking their time. Yeah, going straight into the tanks, trying to get these tanks so that the forces can join, but there are a lot of tanks here. Yeah, this is a much better positioning by Tsuneo. The bio is always under threat. There we go. GG is called, and the first point in the game will go up to Tsuneo. That was pretty good. I think riffraff could have definitely held that with a bit more careful and nuanced use of their forces, but riffraff, Tsuneo definitely had the upper hand there from the beginning. So I don't put any blame on riffraff there. Yep. Yeah, I have to log in every time because this is a replay cast. Right. This is old replays. There we go. Let's go into game number 2. Let's see where we are at. Currently up 1-2 for Tsuneo. Our Sonic Aftermath representative. Right. Right. We are in game, and on surprise, it's acid plant. This is giving me flashbacks to last season, where every match was just catalyst and acid plant. Yep. In the top left-hand corner of the map, representing Psionic Aftermath, give it up for our Orange Terran, who's currently up 1 in this best of 5 semi-final series. It is Tsuneo. And in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, our purple Zerg, it is Riffraff. The runner-up of Group B. Ooh, look at that. Tsuneo with a proxy Rex. And another coming along the way. Yeah, there's a third SCV come in. Will that be a factory or some more Rexes? Okay, Riffraff missing all of these drone transfers with the Slow Lords. Oh boy. This could get real nasty. Especially if it's a slow scout. We don't see a worker scout from Riffraff. So they will find out about this way too late. Alright, so it's a third barracks. Right. 3 barracks A, barracks A, barracks I, barracks AI. So it's gonna be Marines. Oh, no. Riffraff is finding out. There we go. Riffraff knows about this. Do we see a cancel on that hatchery, or will riffraff try and hold on to that. Ooh, still not. There's the bunker. Okay, there's a walker pole, so this should be able to clean the CVs here. No, see, riffraff is not concentrating on the right bunker. This bunker might actually finish. No, the walkers aren't attacking. Attack! Oh, they were on hold command. Oh boy, that bunker should not have been able to finish. You had this, riffraff. You had it. You had this in the bag. Oh boy. Right. Now it is in the range of the hatchery, so that's really bad. That means the bunker is constantly threatening riffraff. And this, riffraff is throwing some zerglings at it. This looks like it's going to be a really quick game here. I know, right? Spine crawler doesn't get to finish. Second spine crawler. Even as the SCV is joining, Quid shouldn't be able to hold this alone. Not against two bunkers. Right, riffraff is evacuating the queen. I think that's a smart choice here. A couple of queens on the high ground are worth way more than one dead queen on the long ground. Does get a spine back. Okay, well, forces are coming, but riffraff really has to buy more time. So no, it's just making more and more marines. This is going into all-in territory. No, actually, no, he's making ACVs. I don't know. Well, with this hatchery gone, this is not an all-in. Tsuneo is just hugely ahead in pretty much everything. Thing is, we don't see a lot of development on Tsuneo's side of the map. No factory coming up, no yeah, no taking up. It's no second command center. You know, at this point, it's gonna be. I like all the lava dying when the crypt disappears. It's gonna be rough going up this ramp, especially now there's some roaches and a ravager and a spine up there. It's Tsuneo really needs to make it. There we go. Now the factory comes down. I think once you kill the hatchery, there's really no point in pushing up the high ground. You've already gained an advantage. Now it's time to utilize it. Just build an economy, get stuff at home, float the barracks A, and just utilize the advantage. Which is what Tsuneo is doing. It just could have been a little earlier. That would have been fantabulous. But still, Tsuneo has the advantage here. This bunker. Actually, this could have been salvaged. Would have been a better use of those resources. It's fine. See, riffraff can march across the map with this force and be incredibly annoying, but it's not going to break the terrain. Especially if Tsuneo is smart about the positioning of the marines. Because there's enough marines here to destroy these ravages. They also get, because of the speed difference, they get separated from the roaches. Tsuneo can actually march back and clean this up. Yep, looks like exactly what he's doing. Started stepping into the ravages on the high ground. And yeah, now the pendulum swings the other way. Okay, this marine, luckiest marine in Europe. This oh boy. I like that Tsuneo left one barracks here on this side of the map. Still be annoying, get some vision up here. Send the marine here and there. Actually, I'm not sure this was intentional. Was it? No, definitely. These marines definitely queued up after the evacuation. Oh, come on. It's just one marine. You can take it. You go. There we go. Alright, so riffraff is getting the Baning Nest. The Zergling Speed is going to be really helpful to be out on the map. It's kind of weird to get Lingbane and after Roach Ravager. It's a weird transition for Zerg, but yeah, that's what happens when you have a weird game opening. And yeah, Tsuneo definitely making use of that economical advantage, getting a second base much earlier. Could actually think about getting a third once these factories are in play. This is a starport. I like the Widowmine edition. It's going to be helpful, especially against Banelings. Riffraff is keeping an eye on Tsuneo's third base location, at least this one. And Zerling on the other one, which is good. Now, Riffraff. What is Riffraff up to? We see a lair coming up, so do we see a commitment to vote for Ravager, or do we see them sticking to Lingbane? It's kind of it's a difficult decision to be making now because you're kind of behind. You already lost one hatchery. It was a rough start, so this decision is much more critical. You gotta have some more information about what the Terran is doing. What kind of composition they're setting up, what kind of tech paths. Alright, third base being set up with Tsuneo. Steve is about to be finished, and you might see a march out across the map. Yeah, even a Cyclone might it. The Terran Queen, I like to call it. Or the Terran Mothership Core. That was it. Sort of early game, one unit, all in one defensive unit. Alright, Raven. I like it. Ooh, the Nidus. I missed the Nidus. Okay, that might be a nice little trick, but Riffraff has difficulty getting vision. Oh, actually no, he has overload speed. He can get vision wherever he wants, and he actually does see the back of Tsuneo's base. There's not a lot of blind spots
Mineral field depleted.
in Tsuneo's side of the map, so should be able to see these. The Nidus as it comes out. It's gonna be really dangerous. So it's a lot of Linkbanes, a few Roaches, a Ravager, and some Queens. There we go. The Nidus is being loaded. Alright, so now you gotta deny the Nidus. Remember, deny the Nidus. And it's coming up. There we go. So now should be seeing this. There we go. I think we're seeing a response. There we go. Some forces are being brought in. Raven is here, but not a lot more. They are on the way, but the Zerg forces are out. The Queens are out. The Zerglings are swarming out. That's a lot of forces for Tsuneo. The Banelings will be late. Nice anti-armor missile. Raven is taking down, but looks like this attack is going to be pushed back and not getting all that much done. That wasn't it was very minimal damage considering the amount of forces that spilled out of that Nidus. Very nice quick response by Tsuneo. And now Riffraff has to try to do something. Look at this army supply. Riffraff has a third of Tsuneo's army supply. And how are they on upgrades? Well, Riffraff is a little better in upgrades. Given that, you know, they have upgrades. As opposed to Tsuneo, who only has Steam. But if you only had one upgrade to have as a Bioterran, I think Steam is the one to have. And the tanks should be able to back it up. Compensate for the lack of upgrades. This hatchery should be going down. Gotta be careful, Tsuneo. Don't want to lose anyone. The bios are pretty good and he's dodging them, but yeah, that's isn't enough. Lots of the Marines, most of the Marines are down. The tanks are down as well. There's not much left on the ground. Even though Bailing is just gonna go one splash. Okay, only got one Marine. The reinforcements are good though. Tsuneo is the proper Terran production here. Keeping that army supply way up. Bringing in reinforcements. You don't leapfrog the tanks though. They're kind of crucial when this is the force you have. But yeah, once you get the hatchery as well, the third hatchery, there's 2 hatcheries dead in this game. That's not where the Zerg player wants to be at this point in the game. It looks like Riffraff is going to try and get a ninja base out of this. Just trying to get away with it. Now Riffraff's position is not all that bad. Right? We lost some workers somewhere. I missed that. Riffraff's position isn't all bad. There's definite upgrade advantage here. That's not going to work if you don't have enough units. Right now his economy is struggling so much. You see another Nidus coming in, and Tsuneo is just going to push forward. No, he's noticed the Nidus. He's pulling the workers to try and block anything from coming out. Try to get the Nidus as it comes in. Okay. Only, ooh. The Banelings, oh, the Banelings were enough. Look at that, 12 worker kills. That's pretty good, but still, the worker advantage is heavily in favor of Tsuneo. The army count is double that of riffraff, and there's not much riffraff can really do against this. I mean, the ninja base is good, but by the time this becomes useful, Tsuneo will clear out this this natural base. Now we can still throw this. Get some bad positioning, lose all your marines to Banelings, and the attack gets pushed back. The bile shots are also going to be really dangerous here. Okay, losing. Okay, the Banelings were not enough. There's still more Banelings. The Reaper is being a little hesitant. Okay, this is some pretty good connections. The bile shots do actually land on a lot of that force, and it gets pushed back as well. One Liberator remains. The bile shots should take care of it. Revolution Chambers is still alive, so no denial on these upgrades. But it still looks rough for riffraff. Oh boy. Because yeah, Tsuneo is not skipping on reinforcements. Now he has +1/1 for the bioforces. Nice use of bile shots. Riffraff is holding on way longer than I expected them to. This is a nice bile shots. That was most of the medivacs. This is actually a great opportunity. I mean, Tsuneo is still just producing so much more, so there's not much Riffraff can really do. But damn, that's a stronghold there. I like it. I like it. And this is buying time again. The ninja base still not being utilized here all that much. Oh, nice bile shots, getting more of the tanks, but not enough of them. And yeah, that should be the end here. That is just way too much. Killing the unbuildable blocks. Damn unbuildable blocks. Right. 1 medivac left. Actually, that does get cleared, but again, Tsuneo still has an 80 army supply. And this time it's not all medivacs. This time it's mostly tanks and marines. It's, yeah. I think Riffraff is kind of banking on the fact that the ninja base might bring them back into the game, but again, if you can't transfer workers there, it'll take so long to what's the word when you put your workers in the thing? Saturate. Take a long time to saturate. In the meantime, while I was babbling, Tsuneo does find this ninja base. And yeah, I think this is Riffraff. Well, actually, getting the tanks, that's pretty good. Every time Tsuneo moves in, Riffraff just manages to kill enough to push the attack back, but the problem is Riffraff isn't able to actually make use of that advantage to generate any coming back into the game. Right, now the workers are finally pulled, and this should be the final attempt here. There we go. Down to 20 workers, 16 army supply. And this hatchery, this is the second time the natural hatchery goes down. There we go. GG's goal. Tsuneo taking the series 2-0. 2-0. Still, it's a match point. It's a best of 5, of course. Let's see if Riffraff manages to crawl back into this match. It's gonna be rough. Maybe we'll see some cheeses going on. When in doubt, get some gorgonzola. Okay. Third game is going to be on Dreamcatcher. So let's go ahead and go into that. Yep, give me that thing. Yeah, these are old replays, so they can do that thing. Now the second semi-final is going to be Clariel versus Crisper. It's the winner of Group B with the runner-up of Group A. That's the way it works. Tsuneo is of course from Group A. Riffraff is from Group B. Right. Let's get back into the game. It's up 2 and 2. There we go. Alright, welcome to Dreamcatcher, everyone. In the bottom right hand corner of the map. Sorry. Had a bit of a stutter there. In the bottom right hand corner of the map are Purple Zerg. Down 2 in this best of 5 series. This is their last chance to get back into it. Give it up for our Purple Zerg. It is Riffraff. And in the top left hand corner of Dreamcatcher, representing Team Psionic Aftermath, it is our Orange Terran. Up 2-0 in this best of 5 semi-final series. Give it up for Tsuneo. Alright, so we see a hatchery first coming up from Riffraff. Tsuneo opening up standard this time. Barracks is at home. I think this is the first time I saw Tsuneo cheesing, by the way. That previous game. So far, if I recall correctly, this entire season, I mean, possibly in the first weeks, we might have seen that. My memory is garbage. I don't remember things. But yeah, it's been a while, I think, since I don't think we saw Tsuneo cheesing. He's usually going very standardly into the 2 racks. Right. There comes the pull for Riffraff. Which, yeah, getting gas for the speed. It's going to be a nice little timing there. Did we get a drone? We didn't have a drone scout. That's a bit risky from Riffraff side. Ripper will come in. Should probably get a worker or 2. No, going straight for the main. Juking and jiving. Nice save on that Marine. Riffraff doesn't lose it. And yeah, Tsuneo gets to see everything that's up here. Riffraff moving with one circling across the map. Wait, did I say Marine there? Saving the Marine? I'm pretty sure. Wait, hey, doggy. Is it like... It looks like the Reaper is taking its dog for a walk. Right, and Tsuneo, scouting all of these Zerglings, is having some trepidations getting the safety bunker. But looks like Riffraff won't be pushing the Zergling version, instead going for a third hatchery. John Dreamcatcher is always a bit of a bugger to hold on to, especially against the Terran once they start getting some siege implements. Tsuneo scouting this hatchery, and the timing going to be comfortably taking up, getting factory, the starport. Might even want to start working on a third command center. Well, still, Terran can do a lot on 2 bases. Especially punish a greedy Zerg, but Riffraff is being kind of careful. So it might be worth it to not try something too aggressive just yet. See a much better steam timing, I think, than the previous couple of games. Or am I just delusional? It's still possible. Or the thingy. Alright, here's Tech Lab. Yeah, looks like Tsuneo will just... Alright, I like this wall. The bunker with the padded by supply depots. Yeah, we'll probably see Tsuneo pushing out on the third base, which is what you usually want to do at this time. Riffraff is getting a lair. Where is it? So, yeah, the natural. Okay, a little beefier. We'll see +1 melee coming up. So this time no switch to Rotus. I'm gonna stick on to Zergling and Banelings. Now remember, Banelings with +1 melee are really powerful. There we go, Tsuno with the double drop again. Not waiting for the tanks. The double drop on the one Marine that's... Guy! Guy, wait for me! Guy! Come on. Right. But Riffraff is already prepared. Look at that amount of bendings. Bending speed is just started, so it's gonna be a while before it's ready. We do see +1 range. And Hydrolis then coming down. So Riffraff is already preparing to switch tech paths here. So you know, noticing the amount of bendings and just flies to the main. Riffraff is very present here. Not letting Tsuneo drop anywhere. Medivacs will have to unload beyond the wall. Beyond the wall. So yeah, this time I think a much better defense by Riffraff here. It's gonna be a boon to their economy. Look at that. Getting way ahead in worker count. Ooh, a Spire and an Infestation Bait. I like it. I like a Zerg who keeps their options open. It's one of the big advantages of a Zerg. The Zerg economy and the unit construction methodology. You can do really quick composition switches that the other races can't necessarily get up to as quickly. So but you have to have your options open. No, see, I cancel. Did he? No, yeah, this time it wasn't cancelled. Okay, it's just finished a little earlier than I thought it would. Alright, so now getting +1 armor. Do we have a double NGB? Yeah, we do have a double NGB, so might see some double upgrades coming up. Should say. Now they are pretty good on the same amount of workers. Tsuneo now setting up a third base, starting to get it saturated there. Getting ready to finally get rid of this one. This saturate from riffraff, but there's some pretty good defenses here. There's an overlord watching everything. There's some creep spread. There's a spine. There's a spore. The Link-Vein Hydra is a pretty strong composition against Bioterran. Now, only one tank behind this wall, but the Liberators are pretty good. Should at least be pretty good at keeping anything from shooting at it. And I like this move. Okay, Brainings do get some connection. Not a lot of splits, but a lot of the Marines do stay alive. I like the staggering of the Liberators and tanks. Riffraff can't really fully defend against this, but ooh, there's a Link ran by here. And Tsuneo's third base. I didn't lose a lot of workers, but that base is not going to be mining soon. Still, the sanctuary is being besieged. Should go down any second now. Riffraff should be sacking this. There's no way this is surviving, and the retaliation will be difficult. These tanks and Liberators, really like this positioning here. The tanks backing up each other, the Liberators backing each other up, and the Bio moving in and out. Yeah, don't leave your tanks and Liberators alone against Link-Vein Hydra, especially when there are Corruptors around. Right, so it's not a Mutalisk switch, it's going to be Corruptors, which is going to be really helpful against Liberators. Ah, the tanks! I've been noticing that Tsuneo uses all army command, so all army selection. We saw it in the previous game as well a couple of times. It's not a big deal, but here it's kind of proved to work against him. Kind of having the tanks and the Liberators not where you expect them to be. Oh, now we can move into all of this Zerg, getting another Liberator. Pretty much for free. Still, it's going to be a difficult corridor to break. Like this. Liberator is going to pee on the orbital command here. Going to force Tsuneo to move and defend that. No repairs! Oh! Wow! That orbital should not have gone down. And the baiting connections here. Oh boy, that's a lot of workers and mules. And suddenly Tsuneo is stuck on one base. Wow! That went about as good as it could go for riffraff, and they get to set a 5th base at the gold base location. Now look at that. That is a great position. I mean, actually, that's a 4th base, technically, because I forgot that the 3rd base hatchery was destroyed. No, Spore Crawler, don't die. You can walk. You can get up and walk out of here. No. Sorry, I don't blame riffraff for forgetting about that one. There's been a lot going on since that base was taken down, and yeah, riffraff has a game to win here. Which I think they'll be able to do. See +1 weapons starting for Tsuneo. But +1 melee is about to finish for riffraff. +2 melee, sorry, and +1 armor as well. So yeah, riffraff definitely ahead in terms of upgrades. Gonna have a pretty big and scary army pretty soon. Some overlords, broodlords, not overlords, the other lords being made here. It's gonna be a nice addition here. I like the broodlords, but I think that may be a bit premature of a transition, question mark? Not an expert, but this is a very mobile ground army, and the broodlords are just going to be staying behind. I mean, if riffraff is just using them defensively, that could work fantastically, but yeah, see now, they're not with the rest of the army, so Tsuneo just moves away from them. don't think he's even seen them yet. Right, now he's seen them. But that's a very, very hurt bio army. And these medivacs, there's only 2 of them. One of them doesn't even have any energy. This is gonna be rough. Good focus fire on the banelings. One baneling could clear this all up. There we go. That is the end of Tsuneo's army. And he is in huge trouble because now the Broodlord army is getting up there. 5 more Broodlords being added, plus 3 melee. Yeah, that means the Link Bane composition is going to be so powerful. 5th base being set up, far away from where the Terran can't reach it. Okay, this Corruptor should be able to at least annoy the planetary and draw some forces to it. Forces some repairs. It's nice, but this force is just going to be so powerful. It's going to... riffraff is setting up to blow up that planetary. No, going to back away. I mean, you could use the Broodlords. It's a great position for these siege units with these walls. Don't even have to waste the bennies on. Oh, getting a bit too close with them, and the Marines are starting to kill the Broodlords. 2 Broodlords go down, but that's it. Tsuneo taps out, and riffraff still in this series, not letting go. Very nicely done. I like that a lot. Riffraff showing some excellent defense here. Took a while to get into the flow of things. Let's get back into the game. All right. Let's get into game number 4. Let's make sure we have the right one. Game 4. There we go. Alright. It's going to be on Lost and Found. Yep. Right. Loading. There we go. Alrighty. Welcome to the Lost and Found. We're in the top right hand corner of the map. Sticking it to the man and staying in the series. Our purple Zerg. Give it up for riffraff. And in the bottom left hand corner of the map, representing Sonic Aftermath, are Orange Terran, currently up 2 in this best of 5, up 2-1 in this best of 5 semi-final. Give it up for Tsuneo. He's going for a standard opening. What about riffraff? Hatchery first. Go. There we go. Right. Now, do we see a cheesy play by riffraff to try and get into this, keep themselves in the series? Remember, Tsuneo is still on match point. Only has to win this once to reach the finals, where they will be facing the either the winner of Group B or the runner-up of Group A, which is Clariel and Crisper, respectively. Standard Reaper expand from Tsuneo. Riffraff. Going to I have, you know what, I don't know. I don't know if Riffraff is going to try and do something cheesy. So far, you know, Riffraff has been doing really well just defending and not trying any kind of shenanigans. I think that might serve them much better. Try and go into a macro game. Because Tsuneo is taking his time. I mean, of course, you know, once you've ascertained there's no cheesy play by the Terran, you see Tsuneo is going for pretty much the same 2-1-1 build. Now Riffraff should see get a final confirmation on that. And push the Reaper away. And yeah, get into a macro. No, actually, no. Riffraff is getting more Zerglings. Riffraff is getting more Zerglings. That's at 8 no thing of Zerglings right now. And speed is already halfway finished. This might just be... No, it's still more droning up for Riffraff. We'll have to see. If I'm poking across the map, trying to get some vision on what's going on here. See the number of SCVs, see the tech paths. But Tsuneo is doing pretty good job denying the vision here. Overlord manages somehow stay alive. There we go. Now it's gone. And that actually supply blocks Riffraff pretty roughly. Okay, we do see a Roach Warren and a Lair, so... it's gonna be Nidus again, isn't it? It's gonna be Nidus again. I think Riffraff is going to go Nidus again. But this time it might work a little better? Question mark? I mean, Tsuneo has some blind spots here. And if he's out on the map and not in position, this could be really dangerous. Oh yeah, no, it's a third base, so yeah, we don't see a Nidus coming in just yet. Tsuneo is scouting pretty diligently for that third hatchery. Doesn't get a confirmation on it. That's a shame. I mean, you kind of assume, but you want to know for certain. Right, it's going to be Roach Speed. So no Nidus. The Nidus has been denied. It's a bit of I like Nidus play. It's always a nice tense moment here. Third Barracks, coming up for Tsuneo. Yeah, Riffraff guys are getting the Ravagers and the Roaches. There's some Speedlings as backup, +1 range. And marching out across the map. And so does Tsuneo. Oh boy. This this might be dangerous. Did Riffraff actually see that moving out? I don't think so. Oh, that Medivac should have seen that army. Tsuneo wasn't paying attention to the minimap. He completely missed that. This might be a complete base trade. Alright, Riffraff waits for the scan and they're moving in. There's a bunker. There's nothing in the bunker. Alright, misses the tank. The tank wasn't sieged. The wall is open. Morphing one of the roaches into Ravagers to save it. The tank is being jumped on. Tsuneo is actually getting riffraff's third hatchery. This is a full-on base trade. Who's getting the upper hand in this? Riffraff has the stronger army, already killing a lot of workers on this side of the map. What does Riffraff have to defend? A queen and some roaches, that's not bad at all. Workers are being pulled, some spines going down. But yeah, this bio army gets cleaned out, and Tsuneo doesn't have a lot to come home to. This is his production being camped by Riffraff. I think Riffraff just did it. Oh boy. That was GG. There we go. Nice. Got ourselves an ace match. Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright. Get some water. Gotta hydrate your hydras. Let's get prepared for our final match of this final game of this match. This semi-final series between Tsuneo and Riffraff. The leader of Group A and the runner-up of Group B, Tsuneo and Riffraff, respectively. I did not intend that to rhyme, by the way. Alright, let's set this up. This is going to be 16-bit. Yes, this is still the older map pool. In case you missed 16-bit, you missed this map. Oh boy, this map has a lot of potential in TBZ for both players. All right, everyone. Welcome to the final game of this semi-final series for the Voltacos Star League Group 12. We are on 16-bit. We're in the top right-hand corner of the map. Our Purple Zerg, currently sideways 2-2 in this series. Give it up for the Lazarus of Zerg. It is Riffraff. Get it? Lazarus, because they came back from the dead. Because they were down 2-0. Get it? I'm so clever. In the bottom left-hand corner of the map, top left bottom, it's the other top left, the bottom left corner of the map, representing Psionic Aftermath, also currently sideways 2-2 in the series, trying hard to finish up the advantage that he had at the start of this series. Give it up for Tsuneo. Oh boy. I bet he's feeling the pressure here. No. Not a lot of cheese coming out from either of these. See, hatchery first coming up from Riffraff. Tsuneo going for a standard Reaper expansion. Reaper expand using the pocket base. Zerg, of course, do not take the pocket base in 16-bit LE, not as a natural. Sometimes as a third base, sometimes as a fourth base, but usually not as a natural. You want to get this one where the creep is creepier and the drops aren't as scarier. Alright, going to say that's a quick third hatchery? No, just scouting for proxies. It's a bit of a late scout for proxies, but still better than not having it. I like seeing the scouts for proxies. Sorry, just hydrating my hydras. Right, so see, how many? 6 Zerglings. That's not too... No. That's okay. The Link Team 6. A very nice, safe amount of Zerglings to have. Not too greedy, not too aggressive. Neither here nor there, but getting the job done. Enough to have some scouts around, enough to push the Reaper away. It's good. It's pretty good. Might wanna get those Naga Tower. So you know, you can see more. Okay, Reaper coming in. Getting a good look-see on Riffraff's base. Riffraff ending up taking the third base, the pocket expansion as the third base. Reaper shouldn't get any kills here between the Zerglings and the Queen, but yeah, gets a thorough scout of the Zerg base. Should know exactly what is up. Oh, does get caught here by the Zerglings. Nice move by Riffraff. That's a pretty good catch, catching that Reaper. Riffraff should feel very, very comfortable with their vision on the map. That's pretty good, and the Reaper out of the way. Overlord going to get taken down. Riffraff does see the factory coming up if they manage to click on it in time. But yeah, Tsuneo going again for the 2-1-1. Oh, this is something we haven't seen from Tsuneo. Just not today. Cloak Banshee. Oh, someone pulled a Yaku. Almost. There's a supply depot open up, so it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Relax. That's not a full Yaku. That's a some Yaku. That's when you lock your tank, but there's still enough that you can let it out comfortably. You don't have to lift any building to make it happen. Okay, Banshee is coming out. Cloak is almost finished. Do we have a second Banshee? Don't have a second Banshee coming up. No blind spores on Riffraff's side of the map. One spot. Oh, we do. Okay, we have one spore here at the pocket expansion base. That's a smart one to get. And the spine as well, just in case of drop, because this is a very droppable base. This is where Zerg, a lot of Zerg, lose games on this map. In this one base. I think Riffraff saw this Banshee coming for a while there. It's gonna get one worker kill. Two worker kills. And then move on. Oh, there's an overseer anyway, so this Banshee shouldn't be doing too much. Gotta get a scout on the spire. That's a pretty good catch. If Tsuneo was actually looking at that. Second Banshee is on the way. And looks like Riffraff, yeah, trying to pocket the at the ramp here. Seeing all the tanks, and is going, nope. I'll keep the banings at home, please and thank you. No point in busting that. Okay, Tsuneo is bringing the Banshee back home, not going with any more Banshee harassment. It's a bit of a shame, because 2 Banshees can really clean out a mineral line quickly. One-shotting drones. Can do some more damage, and you really want to do this damage, because Riffraff is switching to some air tech, and they're on 3 bases, not on 2. This is going to work fantastically if Tsuneo doesn't get any economical damage. And if you get 2 Banshees, you really need to make them worth that while. And I like the infestation defeat as well. Again, you want to get tech options open before you. And some massive droning up. Yeah, Riffraff is setting up for a massive muta switch. Getting +1 air weapons. Getting a 4th base. And a lot of drones. This is gonna be nasty. Now these are still Marines, so they're pretty good against Air Zerg. But yeah, if Riffraff manages to keep this switch, well, not a secret, because Tsuneo already saw the spire building. But yeah, just has overwhelmed the Terran with a gigantic amount of Mutalisks. It's gonna be so good, because Tsuneo has no turrets. This is just gonna be rough. But Riffraff is revealing the Mutalisks. Not all of them, not of them die though. But this Terran push is this is strong. Okay, the bendings with speed on creep are pretty good, but they don't clean out all the. Actually, now they do. Now they do. They do clean all of the bio. Some workers are being pulled though, so Riffraff is losing quite a bit. But they do have the third base already set up. Fourth base, sorry, now it's third. And the Mutalisks are taking care of the reinforcements, so Tsuneo can't really keep this push going. Mutalisks can be really good units, you know. 13 drones died there in this natural base, but Riffraff still ahead in workers. Going to rebuild this hatchery? Question mark. Goodness. Good start on that. There we go. No? No? So, cancel on that? Maybe Riffraff wants to get another base. Oh no. Riffraff is getting a hive instead. Okay, the middle is going to try and find an opening here. That's a pretty great opening. One Viking is not going to be enough here. The Liberator can also be taken down. The Marines are scary though, so move away and go and find damage elsewhere. Don't move into 3 turrets though, don't move into 3 turrets, don't. Ah, that was a lot of damage. Third base is a little more vulnerable. Still, again, you gotta... Mutalisks are one of those units where you can't trade them. You gotta snowball their amount. You can't lose them all. They already lost 7 Mutalisks, so you know. This problem of Mutalisks is quickly becoming less and less of a problem. But Riffraff is getting a 4th base to replace the one that was taken down, and it's double. Oh, it's a double expanding. So I'm gonna go back to being on ahead in bases. And this push. Wait, where are the medivacs? Oh, Tsuneo's just now making medivacs. That is rough. Did he lose the medivacs? He never had any. That is dangerous. That is dangerous. Okay, there's another steam forward, but again, this is health that's not going to come back anytime soon. It's very dangerous. Gotta do the damage and get away. And it looks like Tsuneo will be able to get this hatchery. Wow, this army is so low on health. These 2 medivacs will not be enough to heal it. And they're actually not sticking around to even heal anything. They're just picking up and trying to drop. This is gonna be... Oh, that's a lot of banelings. And Mutalisks as well. Okay. So, you know, giving up on dropping that pocket expansion. I'm going to try and siege the natural base again. That's a lot of bandings burning into the tanks, into the bio, and the Mutalisks as well, but they do run over the Thor there, which is a very dangerous place for Mutalisks to be. And here come the Ultras, which I didn't even see coming, because I wasn't looking at the production tab. They don't have Guardian Splitting just yet, but they are still really powerful enough to chew through this bio force and the tanks. Oh boy. But Tsuneo pushing forward, there's more and more coming. This hatchery, would it go down? Yes, Tsuneo is focusing it. So riffraff losing more and more hatcheries. Still on 3 bases, by the way. Got they have the pocket expansion and the one in the north base location. And this really gets pushed back. Now the Ultralisk do have chitinous plating and +1 carapace, which makes them pretty damn strong against WOD 1 Marines. Riffraff sticking around in terms of worker count, rebuilding lost bases. This may be of an overextension. I mean, that's a lot of banings. If Tsuneo doesn't move, this could be really good for Riffraff, but this should have enough to actually defend it. What a result for this. Cactus plating is such a good upgrade. I think the Marauders are going to be enough to kill those. But look at the damage they're doing. 15 kills on that one Ultralisk. Oh, I like the Corruptors. Taking care of the Medivacs. That's going to weaken the Bioforce so much. And yeah, Tsuneo has to rebuild those. Wow, they are kicking each other's butt all the way to the Stone Age every time they encounter. Neither of them really want. This is a match point for the semi-final of Otaku's Star League, stage 12. Neither of these really wants to let go. The winner of this goes to the final match. Okay, Corruptor is going to try and harass this, but there's a lot of turrets. Okay, 4th base location doesn't have any turrets though. Ah, nice, good job on repairs there. Going to probably save this orbital. Not a lot of anti-air here. Yeah, that's a still pretty good harassment, as long as you keep these Corruptors alive. Oh boy. Alright, 4 more Ultralisks coming up from Riffraff and a Greater Spire. Yeah, that's I like that choice. The Ultralisks and the Broodlords in case you want to go that path. And this was basically in danger. It's a very strong Terran force coming in here. Carefully siege up. The tanks well spaced away from each other. Yeah, this actually goes down. These workers are... Well, Riffraff at least saves the workers. And going to absolutely destroy this Terran army. Oh boy. Oh no! Riffraff overextended a bit. Look at these Marines, they're so low on health. This is such a slugfest. They're just punching each other to death. I still like it's better for Tsuneo though. Because most of these engagements happen on the Riffraff side of the map, and he keeps killing hatcheries. It's going to end up snowballing this, because it's really, in terms of the stuff that was lost, Tsuneo is losing a lot of army stuff, but economically hasn't really lost all that much. One building, one supply depot was lost in this game. And 4 hatcheries for Riffraff. That's really tough. Okay, Bennings do roll into the Bioforce. They clean up most of it. That's some excellent connections here. And the Riffraff manages to push this attack. This delayed, but there's more and more stuff marching out across the map. Again, I think Tsuneo is using army hotkey all the time. These are fresh Marines. This should not be this steamed at this point in the game. It's a bit of a point to work on. Tsuneo. Gotta be careful with the all army hotkey. You're bringing Marines into the fight where they are already at half health, and you don't have the medivacs to really heal them up. And now Riffraff gets to clean up another Terran army. And rebuild some forces. Now, between these Broodlords and the Ultralisks, it's gonna be tough for Tsuneo to clean this up unless Riffraff takes some really bad positioning here. Okay, Broodlord is going to try and get the tanks. There's enough Marines to defend them at this moment, but these do get cleaned up. Thor is going to be dangerous though. Tsuneo dropping behind the rear Broodlords. That's a smart move, but doesn't get the job all the way done. These Broodlords are low on health, but they are still alive. A wave of Zerglings is coming in. These are +3 and +2 Zerglings. +3 melee, +2 carapace. They are very, very strong. Do they have yeah, they do have the adrenal glands thingies. Oh boy. This Thor is in a pretty good position, but it's going to die eventually. It doesn't have a lot of backup. There we go. And just like that, Tsuneo loses his advantage in the game. Oh. This is some intense late game TVZ right here. Okay, Viper's coming in for riffraff. I like the addition of that. And Burrow as well. That might be useful. Getting your units out of the way. But this does get pushed. Riffraff loses quite a bit of actually all the Broodlords. They're all dead. And that's not good for Riffraff. Okay, 5th base is going to be taken on this side of the map. Wow, this is so dynamic. Remember when Riffraff was on the other side of the map? All the way over here? That was like 10 minutes ago. Back in my days, we used to have bases on the north side of the map. Now Tsuneo is definitely in a good position to threaten this base. Riffraff's army is over here by the natural. Shouldn't be able to be here in time to attack this. Going to sack this. Hide the drones in the corner. Hopefully they'll survive. Nope. Tsuneo is being very meticulous. No, actually leaving a lot of them alive. That might be a mistake. Okay. Now how are Tsuneo's bases? He's got his 5th base set up. Can actually mine properly now. With less of a threat on this base. And now Tsuneo is up on workers, up in bases. Not, no, it actually is up in army. Another thing about it, not up in upgrades, but it's going to be question mark. Starting to work on the vehicle weapons. And I like the addition of the Vikings. That they're going to prove very helpful against this one Viper. Okay, I thought Tsuneo will be adding some more Vipers. So one Viper is okay, but you want to have a couple of them. Blinding Clouds are pretty good, but this is not a tank heavy composition, so it's not going to be all that useful. But an abduct on the Thors would be really really helpful. Don't want to lose those to one volley from these Vikings. Yeah, almost lost the Viper there. There we go, and Viper lost. I don't think it did anything in this game. It had full energy and no opportunity. These paintings might reach the Bio army. They do reach some of these Marines and Marauders. They clean up a lot of them, but the Thors are still around. And the Vikings clean out the air. Oh boy. And Tsuneo, again, not losing all that much. Not some. This planetary fortress is still up and running. His orbital command is mining. Try to expand to get some more resources, because his bases are running out of resources. The natural is all mined out. The pocket expansion is mined out. Okay, that was... Oh, we floated the main to the fourth base location. That was what it was. Long distance mining and running into some Zerglings. Riffraff still has his 6 workers hanging in the corner here. I think he thought they were all dead. Didn't realize that they're still alive. They could have been really useful at this point in the game. Alright, Riffraff rebuilding this base once more. And they're in a bit of a pickle. Because Tsuneo keeps rebuilding this big, biffy, scary Terran army. Keeps taking expansion. When he got pushed back once, using that orbital command. But right now his economy is pretty good. And he's about to be maxed out as well. Riffraff is still a ways away from that. I think both of them are very uncomfortable at this with this late game situation. They're not. It feels like they're not really sure what to do. Usually the game is over by now, but this time they don't want to risk it. Again, this is the match point for the semi-final. Neither of them wants to lose this. And they're trying to play careful. That's a lot of banelings rolling into Tsuneo. That's a lot of tanks gone. That's a lot of bio disappeared. Oh boy. That was so much army supply disappeared in seconds. But it looks like Tsuneo again just manages to have enough to keep defending, keep the ball rolling. Does lose a lot of workers though. 86 SCVs died in this game. Cracklings, that's some cracklings. 3 Zerglings with adrenal glands and speed. Powerful unit. Ah, and now they're bored over there. I like it. Did Tsuneo notice that though? I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't think Tsuneo noticed that these Zerglings borrowed themselves. No, Tsuneo does have a lot of excess bases, so that's not too bad. Got these orbitals, can mule away. So that's not too bad, losing all of these SCVs. He's down in workers and his income is still way ahead. I don't have graphs for this. Not in the replay. Ooh, a Poach Warren from riffraff? That's a bit of a weird one. Did they not get a Poach Warren before? I'm not sure. Okay, more bendings rolling in. And again the Terran army takes some heavy losses and gets pushed back. But riffraff, they don't get any advantage from this other than staying alive a little longer. Because again, Riffraff has to rebuild the banelings, rebuild army units, get some of these Ultralisks. How many Ultralisks died in this game? 14. That's a lot. Ah, remember when we had mutas back in the day? Back when this game was in the mid-game. I remember the mid-era of this game when we had mutalisks flying around. And now we're back to the north side again. Hydraulics then right at the front. This is a bit of a weird thing from Riffraff, because it's switching from tier 3 Zerg to tier 2 Zerg. Unupgraded tier 2 Zerg, by the way. It's now finishing +1 range. It's a bit of an odd transition, These Zerglings are still buried here, by the way. Okay, this orbital command actually taking a tremendous amount of damage. If Tsuneo doesn't notice this could actually go down. Better drop a mule to repair this. It's on fire. Shit's on fire, yo. Tsuneo, please. There we go. There are the mules. No, they're not repairing. Okay, the SCVs will repair. Whew. Holy moly! This is some intense TVZ going on. Okay. Tsuneo with a pretty strong siege here. It will leapfrog away with his tanks. This hatchery shouldn't be alive for too long. The flank from riffraff is coming in, but there's some tanks to meet it and greet it. It's chasing the bio. Yeah, this Zerg force. No, it's being hesitant. Never be hesitant. Never be hesitant in tank range. If you're in the range of tanks and or liberators, you cannot hesitate. You move forward or you get the hell out of there. You do not go back and forth, because riffraff just lost so much of their army for nothing. That army did not do any damage. It kept going back and forth. That's such a shame. Still, these bendings are pretty strong. Nice blinding clouds. And this bioforce is still kind of alive, being chased by these cracklings and veins. Riffraff with some excellent survival skills here. Every time Tsuneo moves in, riffraff does just about enough damage to push them back. But again, I think that's another hatchery lost. 6 hatcheries lost in this game. Look at that. What the hell? Look at this resources lost tab. What? Oh, what is this game even? Hold on. I need a break to drink some water. Aye. Whoa. These are some well-hydrated Zerglings. That's another base being cleaned out of workers. 114 SCVs dead this game. 300 Marines, 44 tanks. So much damage. There's another orbital going down. Whew. Now without the orbitals, Tsuneo is in a lot of trouble. Because it doesn't have the SCVs to actually mine anything. These are bases that do not have any resources left. Riffraff is pooper loading this base location and going to actually take it with a hatchery. And Tsuneo who's been relying on mules find themselves without the orbital commands, without a base to mine from. Look at the gas bank. But he can't do anything with it because he has no resources to build stuff. Now, he still has the scary army, but riffraff is rebuilding. Riffraff has fresh mining bases. Tsuneo does save this base. But this does that, and the base at the south is mining again. But this is already pretty mined out. Got some SCVs that might well get to work, assholes! There's minerals to be made. Oh boy. Tsuneo needs to be careful. He cannot afford another army rebuild. I think if riffraff pushes into this and cleans it out the way they've been doing so far, Tsuneo will not be able to recover. Oh boy. Right, so this base, Tsuneo, you gotta clear that out. Clean that base out. Don't let it mine. This is a fully mining base, fully saturated. You gotta kill it. You gotta kill it. You cannot let riffraff have this. I mean, I get why Tsuneo is being hesitant, He knows that as soon as he moves out on that base, riffraff will bring the army from back. Nice blinding clouds. That's, yeah, Tsuneo is losing a lot of his army again. Still has enough to survive this. Hydraulics don't focus the liberators and they get besieged. Move again into tank range. This Tsuneo might just have enough to clean out Riffraff's army. This may have been an overextension by Riffraff. The wild shots are pretty good. Oh, nice! That Orbital is so low on health. And they're back in the Stone Age again. In army supply. But Riffraff keeps this mining base. This is so important to this point of the game. Tsuneo long distance mining. Oh, he had an orbital here and is evacuating it. It's a bit odd. Right. Where is this thing going? Gotta land this. It's got energy. I think maybe Tsuneo is afraid of retaliation on this side from Riffraff, because he really can't afford to lose any more bases. Again, even relying on the mules like he has, it doesn't have access to resources all that well. Okay, Riffraff attacking the planetary fortress here. Okay, it's still standing. No, it goes down. But the Terran army doesn't get cleaned up entirely. Oh, they're back at 40 army supply. Wow, these are the most stubborn players. Holy moly. And you know what? I still can call it. I still can call the game. I don't know who's going to win this. This is so dangerous because, again, this is the late stage of the game. You're in trouble because you don't have a lot of bases mining. Mid game is when you have your 3 bases, your 4 bases all mining nice and smooth, but at this stage of the game you have a lot of bases but only a few mining, and you gotta be really careful there. Look at this. Now it's, you know, setting up this base and mining it with mules. Look at the income. Suddenly, this is going to bring Tsuneo back in the game, because with resources it can actually build stuff. Big late game tier 3 mech stuff with a bank of gas that he has. Now, so far he's just making marines, but he's getting also getting some tanks, which is a nice replenishment. The army supply is already double that of Riffraff. Tsuneo might be able to make this happen. Riffraff is bringing some spore crawlers. They don't really have any creep to set down on. Okay, Liberator trying to see if this is going to get... Actually, no, they're still alive. Tsuneo brings the army, so the Liberators are still doing damage. Okay, not a lot of tanks are sieged. The bendings do connect with them, but they're still alive. They're still doing damage. And I think this is Tsuneo's chance here. Get rid of this base and you've won the game. But yeah, Riffraff has proven to be pretty good at sticking on to the situation, killing just enough of Tsuneo's forces to stay in the game. But I think this is it. Tsuneo just managed to eke out a victory here. It's just about enough. Boys, I'm being pulled. Go straight into tank fire. This base won Tsuneo the game. I definitely understand why Tsuneo was so careful about not setting it down when it was dangerous to be there. Oh, right. Look at that army supply. Tsuneo can go for a full-on base trade here, and I think it'll be all right. It's bending as a scary. Tsuneo being careful, taking them down before moving in. There we go, GG. Woo! And we are going to have Tsuneo as our first finalist for the Wataku's Star League Stage 12. Let's remove our spoiler thing. There we go. There we go. So there, Tsuneo is in the finals. So next we'll cast the semifinals, where we'll see Clariel versus Crisper.